Hi. Create wealth from nothing. Seems to be funny. Most people say, I don't have money, so I can't create wealth. But history proves something else. Wealth has never been created from money. Wealth has always been created from the mind. If the money was the starting point, poor people would never become rich. Let me ask you one simple question. When you were born, did you come with money? Definitely no. But you came with something else, something far from more powerful: time, energy, intelligence, and ability to learn. These are the assets you already have. People who say, I have nothing are wrong. They have ideas, skills, networking, experience, and efforts. But people don't see it. Look at the farmers. They don't start with gold. They start with the soil and seeds only. Look at the entrepreneurs. They don't start with money. They start with problems and solutions. Look at the successful professionals. They don't start rich. They start by selling their knowledge and time. Wealth does not begin in the bank. It begins in the brain. So, what if I told you that a potter doesn't start with nothing? They start with vision, skill, and a raw material. When we say create wealth from nothing, we don't mean a magic trick. I mean recognizing that the most valuable starting points are not stacks of cash, they are already within you and all around you. Let me redefine nothing. You have time, you have attention, you have a unique perspective born from your experiences. You have problems, you have learned to solve it. You have access to more information now than any billionaire did 30 years ago. This is not nothing. This is your foundational capital. Wealth creation begins with an audit of your assets, what you already have: your knowledge, your network, your curiosity, your creativity, and your willingness to try. The first wealth from nothing is created in the mind. Look for problems, frustrations, inefficiencies, things that make you say, there has to be a better way. That is the unmet demand. Now use your foundational capital, your ability to learn, to build a solution. It could be a skill you master or offer as a service. It could be a simple process you document and teach. You are converting the insight into a beautiful value added product. You are building intellectual property. In a crowded world, focused attention is a form of wealth. You can build it by consistently sharing your knowledge or craft. Teach what you know. Document your process. Be genuinely helpful. This builds a tiny asset. It's called trust. And trust is the currency of the modern economy. A small audience that trusts you is more valuable than a billionaire, a million indifferent followers. This is social capital, and you build it from your knowledge and consistency. You become the architect of the abundance. Now the architecture comes together. You combine your skill or the solution for the problems people face with the trust of your network. You make a clear offer, a service, a digital product, a course, or some consulting. This is the exchange where intangible capital becomes a tangible resource, your first revenue. But here is the key: you don't just consume it, you reinvest your income, you buy better tools, you acquire new knowledge, you outcome task to free up your time, your most valuable asset now. You are now scaling your initial nothing. So, as a first step, stop waiting, start using. Most people wait for the perfect time, perfect money, and perfect opportunity. Successful people use what they already have. Your current job, the skills you already have, your phone, and your network. That is your initial starting capital. Step number two, solve problems of the people. Don't chase money. If you solve the problem, people are ready to use your services or your products. Money flows towards the people who solve the problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the money you attract. Ask yourself daily, whose problem I am going to solve today? What value I can add to the people's life so that people will chase me, people will search for me. Step number three, multiply through discipline. Wealth is not created overnight, it is created through small, disciplined actions done consistently. Saving, learning, investing, and improving. These habits turn nothing into something, and that something will bring you abundance in you. Believe it. You have to believe it. The real poverty is not in your pocket. The real poverty is in your thinking. The day you stop saying, I don't have, and start saying, how can I? And your life begins to change. Remember, don't think, I don't have this, I don't have that. Start thinking, how can I make money? Remember this, every rich person you admire once stood exactly where you are today. They did not wait, they did not complain, they decided to go for actions. Creating wealth from nothing is the work of an architect and a builder. First, you must see the raw materials others overlook, your own potential. Then you use the levers of knowledge and trust to build something of value out of it. The seed of wealth is not a rupee note. It is not a 5 rupee note. It is an useful idea shared generously, delivered consistently. Start your audit today. What problem can you solve? What can you start building with what you already have in you? The foundation is actually waiting. You don't need money to create wealth. You need courage, clarity, and commitment. Start today. Start small, but start now. Your nothing includes your perspective, your capacity to learn, your time and attention, and your network. Who can stop your success if you decide to win? Decide now. Don't wait for the right time and right opportunity. You will be the winner. You will be the richest person in the world. Thank you. This is Arasu Shanmugasundaram. Thank you.